Maria, welcome. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Maria's someone I've met a few times before. You told me you had an issue with traffic noise. You messaged me before, so tell me a little bit about that.
So it's been getting worse over the last maybe few months, maybe to a year, and now I can't really go out for a walk just to my local shop without these great big sound protectors.
Got it. Yeah, I've got some of those. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
It just really fries my nervous system. And I was just cycling here with my helmet, so I couldn't wear the big thingies on top. And just cars kind of. I just.
Okay. Yeah. What are you doing in your body right now as you talk about it? So.
I feel agitated.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
My breath is short.
Short breath. Okay. Are you up or down?
On the in-breath, what do you mean?
As right now, are you more up here or more down here?
Up here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And any tension areas? Any other tension areas?
Here.
The belly, really normal. Okay.
Yeah.
So as people do sort of personal growth type work, I know you do a lot of different things. It's very normal that people get more sensitive, right, to stimulus. So I've heard about this before. I have a thing where I really hate like music in restaurants and cafes. I'm just like, why are you playing such loud music? And people ask them to turn it down. They get upset. I'm like, I want to eat. I want quiet. And that's very normal as people do mindfulness practices. That sensitivity increases. Okay, so that's the first thing I want to say is you're not crazy. The key
helps,
that does help. That you really know.
Really
As I said, almost everyone I know who's done a lot of meditation has this at some point. So you think about your sensitivities going up, and what needs to go up in the same equivalent is your self-regulation. Okay, because if they go up, one gets ahead of the other, everything becomes a bit overwhelming. Okay, if the equanimity goes up too high, then you get like a bit of a robot, but you don't have that problem, so you're this way, right? So the key thing is just bringing this skill level up. So it's okay to be sensitive, it's okay to, traffic isn't very nice, it's okay to feel that. You're noticing your stress response in your body. Now let's work with just regulating that a little bit, and it won't take it away, but it can take the edge off a little bit.
That would be amazing.
Okay, cool. So feeling your feet on the ground, with some basic centering, the knees relaxed, relaxing the mouth, say ah. Peripheral vision, so you can see really wide. Yeah. And let the shoulders go. And I think particularly for you, it's going to be about feeling the feet and like visualizing something going down. So maybe tree roots or water, whatever works for you. Can you picture something? Tree trunk, like trees going right into the ground, like really deep into the ground. Yeah. Okay, so now looking a lot more relaxed, feeling more relaxed than when you...
Much better.
Yeah, because even just thinking about it, you've got that body memory, right? So key thing here is we need to work with a stimulus. Now I was thinking about this one, because often I'm working for like social stimulus and I can do it. However, for traffic noise, rather than impersonating it badly, I've got a YouTube video of traffic noise.
Helpful.
Is it all right if I sort of play it quietly? And I'll play it sort of over here quietly, okay? And well, we have this principle called calibration, so I just do a little bit. You still relaxed?
Yeah.
Breathing smooth?
Yeah.
Okay, so unlike in life, we can't control the stimulus, so it just overwhelms us, right? Whereas here, you can tell me on or off, you can say louder, quieter. So who's in charge?
Me.
Yeah. Okay, great, good. I know you a little bit, Maria, so I'm like, I knew you'd work that out quick. Okay, so can I play it again?
Go for it.
Yeah. So, relaxing the belly, feeling the feet on the ground. Yeah? So noticing the smile, breathing again. Great, then keep centering. So I'm trying to keep you in that sweet spot where you can learn to handle it, right? And this is the kind of thing you can do on your own. So the process I'll just teach you the process, and you can go away and just YouTube search traffic noise and work with it, okay? If I go a bit closer with this? Yeah? Tell me if it's too much. More annoying? Okay, you notice that in your body? Yeah. Relax your belly, feel your feet. A bit closer?
Yeah. Yeah, really annoying.
Okay, keep breathing, keep relaxing. Think of someone who makes you smile. Okay. How was that?
Yeah, it's doable.
Great.
Yeah.
And who's in charge of your body?
Me.
Right, so
Well, at first it was like I'm powerless, it's overwhelming, but then something else said I am.
Right, and we want to change that perspective because it's only you that can affect your body. A car cannot like reach into your nervous system, right? Okay, so this is stimulus, which is the car noise, but it's actually for you to relax yourself. Yeah? Now, by working with this over time, and you can do that every day just for a couple of minutes, okay? Don't get to the point where you're overwhelmed. Always stop when you're in this sweet spot of like, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're in the gym, you want a weight that's not too heavy but not too light. Okay, then you can gradually increase the length of time, the volume, the nature of the stimulus. Yeah, and gradually increase it that way. How's that?
Yeah, really good. I didn't know that I was in charge of my body. I felt that I was powerless and things just...
And that's normal when we get overwhelmed, we feel powerless, right? When things get to a certain level, we all get powerless. Okay. It's like keeping it a little bit lower in that sweet spot, and then gradually increasing what that level is. Now, yours still might be lower than the average person's because you're more sensitive, right? You've built that skill. Okay, so you still might have to use the headphones or whatever, but we can at least increase that to the bit where you're not like, you're still able to leave the house and that kind of thing. Yeah, so we're just using the centering with a little bit of graduated exposure, they call it. Okay. Cool, one more piece of this is around boundaries, and this also relates to, I think, another thing you messaged me about. If you wouldn't mind sharing, what's the other issue?
So I speak to people all the time on the phone and in person, and sometimes the person is sharing a lot, and I need to just redirect the conversation just in the interest of time.
Okay.
Because I don't have an hour and a half.
Right, and they start disclosing all about their family and their mother and their children and everything, and you need to say,
you know
hey,
what I mean.
I do know what you mean. Yeah.
So I have been putting boundaries into pressing it. Okay, so and then it's like they don't hear me, and they just keep on. And then I do it again, and then I notice I'm sounding aggressive, and I don't want to get to the place of, I need to and raise my voice. So is there any way to...
Yes, there is. So we can explore boundaries. This will also be good for the traffic noise stuff, by the way, as well, because you can talk about, have a sense of a boundary there, yeah? So this is why I thought these two would nicely go together in one session. Cool. So let's just explore what you're doing in the body with a neutral stimulus, which I'm going to suggest is me walking towards you. And at a certain point, when you feel like I'm getting into your space, say no.
Yeah, okay.
Can you do that?
Yep.
Put your hand up.
With
no.
my hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And English is your first language, Maria, is that right? Second, what's your first language?
Spanish.
Do you want to use Spanish? If it comes more, sometimes it's a bit deeper. Okay, Spanish or English is fine, Maria. Okay, cool. Wow, you've been here a long time, huh? Your accent's like 100% English. I didn't realize that. I knew your surname was Spanish. That's true. Okay, so let's work with walking. And at a certain point, it feels like I'm in your space. Put your hand up and say no. And then we'll look at the pattern, and then we can make it into the verbal for your clients afterwards.
Amazing.
Yeah? Okay, so I'll start way back here, and I'm going to walk really, really slowly. Just going to nudge towards you. Okay, turn to face me if you can. That's part of it, actually. Do you notice you're angling away slightly? That's very English, by the way. It's like, no. So facing the person is part of the, or else it will feel not like a no if you're facing away.
That's so cool.
Okay, so that's first learning.
Very good.
Facing, and even if you're on the phone, it has that feeling of facing. As opposed to like, oh, no. It's like no. Yeah? Okay, so as I'm walking, very slowly, keep breathing, centering we did before. Okay?
No.
Okay, so what I notice is I want to keep walking.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and that's people's natural response to a boundary which now isn't firm. Now, that's sort of not fair, because people should respect whatever boundary you set anyway, right? Okay. But life's not bloody fair, is it? And it's like you can take charge of your side of the street. Yes. So you're also quite open, you're here. Okay, try doing it here, like right in the middle of you. See, feel the difference between that, and now try this.
Good, yeah.
Say no.
No.
Espanol?
No.
And then here?
No.
Feels different, right?
Yeah, really good.
Really different. Okay, let's try again. So again, that's the feeling, even if you're not literally holding your hand up, that it's firmly here, not here. Like when I do it, if I say no, as opposed to no.
Really felt that.
Feels different, right? Yeah. Okay, so go again.
No.
Okay. That's starting to get firmer, yeah? Let's do a really like wimpy one now. Okay, just to contrast it.
No.
Well, okay, my body just wants to keep walking, right? Okay, so this is the client who's like, yeah, I know you told me to shut up, but actually my kids, blah, 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 yeah? And now let's do a really aggressive one. So you're not gonna scare me, it's okay, all right? I'm used to Russians. So, yeah, really aggressive.
No!
Okay, still like a 7 out of 10, but it's good. So now find that middle ground. Can you put your hand up? Is it right if I touch your hand?
Yes.
Yeah? So, good. So not pushing away and not collapsing. Make sense? So there's a feeling here of holding your ground. Right? Like if I was leaning on the wall, it's firm, but I'm not pushing the wall and I'm not collapsing. Yeah? Okay, so we need to get a sense of that in your whole body. You might want to put your feet a little wider just to get a bit more base there. Yeah. Notice the urge to sort of push back. Feel that? Or the urge to collapse. Yeah, relax in the belly, relax in the mouth. Don't collapse that. Okay. So we're just getting in your system a bit of that sense of holding a boundary without having to be aggressive or passive. Yeah? So same thing.
No.
Okay, that stopped me. Yeah? All right, so what's the difference between what you just did and what you're doing before?
I embodied that push-back technique, that test. It really helped to do my feet wider because I noticed I was unstable. And it felt very me and gentle. It felt like my energy, but without...
It felt authentic, it felt you. Yeah, it wasn't aggressive, it wasn't... Great, so it felt real for you.
Felt feminine.
Yeah, it did. It had that, strong but feminine. Nice. Yeah, it did to me too. It was like, okay, fair enough.
Respectful.
Yeah, it didn't feel like, because the key thing here is...
for me to be respectful.
Right, so respectful no that says yes to the person and the relationship, but no to the action.
Yeah.
And sometimes I practice no when I love you. Yeah, or no when I respect you.
Yeah.
So actually saying that out loud. Do you want to say that out loud? Just to kind of, because that way you can...
Speaks my language.
Because often people have got, like, they don't want to say no because they think it's disrespectful or unpleasant or nasty, so we need to differentiate. Yeah?
No, and I hear you.
Okay, nice.
Oh, I just did it.
No, that's fine, that's fine. It's still the same feeling, right? Yeah, no and I hear you, or no and I respect you, or sometimes with people's kids, it's no and I love you. One more of those, just to kind of really, you have to sort of do the reps a little bit with embodiment.
No, and I see you.
Okay, nice. And that felt, that's your language, it's authentic, yeah? Okay, just to contrast that, no and I disrespect you or I hate you or something like that. The fear response, you went, so just to differentiate it so you can get that it's different. Yeah, great.
No, and I don't like you.
Fuck you then. That's what comes up for me, yeah. All right, let's end on a nice one. Like, good. So we're not doing that. All right?
No, and I appreciate you.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. I want to give you a hug. Can I give you a hug? It's like she said no, and I can still give her a hug. All right. So, great. Let's do this conversationally. So give me an example of just the same thing, but we're going to make it more real now.
Yeah.
What's the kind of thing your client will be talking about?
So you're telling me all about your story.
Okay, my story, my sister, and I'm worried about my niece right now, and there's my life and my mum. Maybe I should call my mum. I haven't got it.
Okay, so you stopped talking.
Oh, great. So it's more about the energy of it.
That was different.
Let's try again. Okay, so my mum, say a bit more. I want you to hit what you would actually say in this sort of conversation. Is it on the phone?
It's on the phone.
Okay, turn around.
So tell me about your business.
Okay,
So you're on the phone?
yeah, turn around so we can't see each other. It just makes it more realistic for the
Tell
phone.
me all about your business.
Oh, okay, so
What you do.
my business, but actually right now I'm thinking about my mum and my sister and like, you know, my wife in the house, and we get like the kitchen's a bit messy.
So tell me about your business and why you do what you do.
Oh, okay, I teach embodiment.
Great. That felt good.
How was that?
That felt like you really understood.
Yeah, I got the message.
And it
I was
felt
like,
like
okay, that's not what we're here
You
for.
got the message, and it felt like I redirected, but I'm really respecting you, and I really want to hear from you, but not
About the business.
about what we're actually talking about. Yeah.
Great.
So mate, that felt really good.
No, good. I'm glad it felt
Wow.
good. So remember, even though we were turning around, it was the same feeling as when I was coming
It did
towards
feel
you.
like I was
Yeah.
talking to a client. Yeah.
Okay, so we did quite a lot. It's a long session for me. So let's look at the different parts. We did the traffic noise.
Yes.
Okay, and you can also do that no to the traffic noise.
Wow.
So
I love that.
where's my traffic noise again? Say no.
No.
Get aggressive. Yeah. Imagine it's a human being.
No.
Great. Now imagine there's a shield, like a force field around you, and the traffic noise is just bouncing off. Does that make sense? So it's that feeling of respectful no.
Can you play it again?
Yeah. You're not just imagining it, it's fine.
Yeah, that actually.
And you're on your bike or you're walking, what are you doing normally when you traffic noise? On your bike or walking?
Both.
Okay, let's try walking. So walking up and down, but keeping that relaxation, the centering we practiced before, keeping the no, the bubble, the feeling of no that you practiced. How's that?
Really different.
Really different. You look much more relaxed.
I imagined a torus field.
Okay, great. Cool. So you've got your centering. You can practice that with YouTube. You might want to just write it in your diary when we stop recording, just to remember it. We've got on the phone, the being able to say no, and you can actually practice that before a call. If you knew you were with a really chatty client, you could just do a little practice of it. Okay, another practice you can do is this no pose. You can find this one on YouTube. If you just look up no pose on YouTube. Yeah, that's another fist here. Okay, yeah. Okay, fingers together and relax, respectful. It's another little practice you can do if you want a bit of homework. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Focus.
Any major learnings there?
Oh, so many.
Name one. Yeah.
Well, the gradation of the training of the stimulus. So I didn't know I was in control of my body's responses. That's a massive,
big one.
Big, good, blessing learning for me. The feet apart really made a difference.
Yeah.
It wasn't small.
If you do that, it feels unstable, right? Yeah. Can I give you a little nudge?
Yeah.
So it's so really unstable there. Yeah. Okay, now put feet a bit wider. Much more solid, right? And obviously women are taught to stand with their feet together like this. It just makes them unstable, right? So, yeah.
I learned that I was
turning away.
Yeah, slightly turning away. Even when you said on the phone, if I'm fully facing, or even on a Zoom call.
With the feeling of it as much as anything, right? Because I can be kind of here, but actually not really being here. Yeah, poof.
Yes, I'm really engaging, like a lion, really looking.
I like it. And what was the big distinction? What was the big distinction in your no? So we made a distinction between...
So I love the way you redirected me just then, by the way. That was really good, because that's something I've just said.
We were working
the distinction was the hand coming in.
The hand coming in.
And then when you pushed back and got me to sense, but don't be too passive.
And if I'm not there, you can use the wall.
Okay.
Just to get that feeling, if you find yourself like, because we have those days where we're like, oh, I'm a bit wimpy, or days where we're like, fuck everything. Yeah. So just find that wall, because you can't really push a wall over.
Days.
Yeah, it might be with your cycle, it might be just different times of day, whatever. So you find that solidity, yeah? Okay, and then you pick up the phone, and the distinction we made was also between the disrespectful no and the respectful no. Yeah. Like, I see you, I hear you, you were saying. So you can be saying that in your head as well, yeah?
Or even, okay, I really hear you, and ask the questions, and maybe you can bring that in.
Great. So you're going to find the words that go with it. Maria, that was awesome bit of coaching.
Thank you so much.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Good work. Good work. Take a rest, and we'll come back to you in a bit.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
That was amazing!
We'll keep that on the audio. I'm doing a bit more here. I'm doing a bit more here. So that's okay, Maria. It's nice to have it. We'll keep that on. Authentic response there, I think. So, okay. So Maria's making me laugh now. Shut up, Maria. Okay. So, what to say? Yeah, nice bit of coaching, I think. Good start to the day. A bit of relationship with me and Maria already. So there's trust there, which really helps. Classic centering stuff, using YouTube as a stimulus, because it's the stimulus I could do very easily. Basic principles of consent and calibration again. Reframing her control over her own body, which is a big deal for people, yeah? Then we worked with no, getting the felt sense of it in the body. It's a bit of what could be called distinction coaching. So distinction between different types of no. So someone can get a really felt sense, because people reject two things because they think it's two things. They don't realize that they think it's one thing, they don't realize it's two things. So someone rejects no because they've confused disrespectful no with respectful no, right? So you separate those two things out, and then they can go, oh, I don't want to do that because it's not in my values, I can do this. And she also said it was authentic for her, which was really nice. I was tracking her embodiment, like where she was turning. We then made the stimulus more realistic. by taking it from the abstract walking to the more concrete like phone call where you couldn't see each other. I gave her a couple of little practices to take away. So I really want to empower the client that they can do their own learning. So the centering with the YouTube, she can do herself. I gave her the no pose to take away, which is an embodied yoga principles pose, and pushing on the wall just to give her a little bit of practice of that. And again, if she was, a more long-term client, we'd check in, see how's the practice going, what needs adjusting, what worked, what didn't, really establish it as a commitment, normal coaching stuff. So really nice example of use of embodied tools. A few of their classics I used there: distinction coaching, EYP, and centering, all in one session. So good start.